Okay, I want you to pay attention to this one. In the span of just a few weeks, Donald Trump has floated the annexation of Canada, the takeover of the Panama Canal, and a military invasion of Mexico. And now he is turning up the heat on Greenland by threatening to hit its parent country, Denmark, with tariffs, even refusing to rule out taking the territory over by military force. Watch this.
Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And can you tell us a little bit about what your plan is? Are you going to negotiate a new treaty? Are you going to ask the Canadians to hold a vote? What is the strategy?
Yeah, I can't assure you. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this. We need them for economic security.
Okay, it's easy to pass this off as a joke, but Donald Trump and his allies have a lot to gain from Greenland. Greenland is home to the kind of rare earth minerals that power our smartphones and electric cars. Not only that, but Russia and China are already investing heavily in that very region. For more, I want to bring in Rufus Gifford. He served as U.S. ambassador to Denmark from 2013 to 2017. And of course, Greenland is a territory of Denmark. I'm so glad you're in town. What is your take on these threats? Because lots of people don't really know what's going on there. They're not paying attention. They're like, oh, he just talks big.
Yeah. Well, Steph, first, thank you for having me. I know it's an extraordinary day. Truthfully, I will tell you that when I heard, like the rest of the country, him threatening one of our greatest allies, truly Denmark, we've had diplomatic relationships with Denmark since the early 1800s. And the idea that we would, through tweet and press conference, before he is even sworn in as president of the United States, threaten economic, whether it's tariffs, some sort of economic penalty, or, God forbid, military action in order to occupy or sort of take over this sovereign land. Greenland is extraordinary. It is extraordinary stuff.
Why does he want it, right? This isn't a new idea. He's kind of had this fixation since 2019.
Well, look, Greenland is strategically critically important to the world, right? So it is Arctic, it's Arctic, it is ground zero of climate change. It is without a doubt, as you said in your opening, whether it's oil and gas, whether it's rare earth minerals, there is zero doubt that Greenland is a rich source of lots in many sources of economic. There are a lot of countries in the world that are very eager to invest in Greenland, and the United States is one of them.
Investing in Greenland is different than taking it over by military force. Don Jr., of course, Donald Trump's son, visited Greenland today, and he went with a message from his father. And the message was, quote, "We're going to treat you well." Can you explain to me, are the people of Greenland like looking for a new daddy? Like, how do they receive this?
So I speak at this as someone who's been to Greenland 9 times. I was ambassador to the Kingdom of Denmark, which includes Greenland. It's an extraordinary part of the world, Steph. It is unlike any place that most Americans have ever been. And truthfully, what I do believe they just miss the point when they go about it in the way that they have, meaning there is a rich country, there is a rich relationship that has existed for decades, for centuries between Denmark and Greenland. Greenland has, without a doubt, looking for more ways to be autonomous. That is true. But do I believe that Greenland is looking to be another colony of the United States? I think that is a stretch. I don't believe that a single Greenlandic person has necessarily said, I want to be American. Maybe some have, but when you think about that, when you think about the steps that it would take, it's actually pretty remarkable, and I just do not believe that is in the cards.
A lot of his rhetoric about Greenland, the Panama Canal, and Canada resembles the same rhetoric we hear from the Kremlin, that we need these territories for security to restore American greatness. Is that not alarming to you, that, like, this is what we hear from Putin?
There's 2 pieces on this. One, during my time as ambassador, obviously, I have great friends in both Denmark and Greenland. They were, I would say, the alarm today is unlike what I've seen over the course of Donald Trump's presidency.
Alarm from whom? What do you mean?
Are my Danish friends, and I'm not talking about prime ministers and CEOs. I'm talking about average Danes, average Greenlanders, texting me saying, what is going on over there? We have been in lockstep with you. Every single time we have asked, we have lost lives in Afghanistan and Iraq. We have been with you in crisis after crisis. And here we go. And here you have an incoming president actually dictating what he thinks his relationship would be. And this is a larger issue with the way Donald Trump conducts foreign policy and the way Donald Trump conducts diplomacy. Diplomacy is this idea of soft power, right? It's about human relationships. He hasn't had a single relationship
And
with
Don
a Dane
Jr., of course,
or a
has no
Greenlander.
role in anything.
Of course not. No. If this was ever going to happen, which I do not believe it will, Steph, if this was ever going to happen, this would take years, and it would be about building personal relationships over the course of time. And frankly, I don't think there's anyone in either Denmark or Greenland that is interested in serving Donald Trump's ego in this way. And I believe that that's what this is.